Hey, Johnnie Roberts, we are back for another great episode of your podcast. How are you doing this fine day?
We're doing great. We are now in fall time.
Yeah.
So up here in Michigan, we're starting to see kind of the leaves change and all the excitement. I do miss summer. I'm more of a summer person, but
Yeah.
it is kind of cool, you're wearing the hoodies again and football's in gear and
Yep. No,
baseball
no, no,
playoffs and all
no
that kind
dipping
of
in the
stuff.
pool, probably.
No, those days are over. It's over for now,
Yeah, unless you're one of those little grandkids, because I think they're immune to the cold. They just jump in and you're like, wow.
But we did have it was actually a really good summer in Michigan as far as for just having heat and being able to use the pool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
it's been, a lot of clients and people I talk to, like, can you come in and meet for blah, blah, blah? They're like, no, we're going to be on the boat.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
hey, I can't argue with you. I'll see you in September, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Well, lots of good things happen in summertime, and lots of good things can happen in retirement when people plan properly. I know that's what you do and what we're talking about. And today I want to talk about how to have guaranteed income in retirement. I think a lot of people go into retirement and with some concerns and worries because of the market and different things, but you've got some strategies and some methodologies of how you can take a portion of your money and create a guaranteed income stream, a paycheck for life, right?
yeah, I think most people are really into guarantees, right? I mean, we want to make sure when you buy a new car, what the warranty is,
Right.
right? When you buy a new product, what's the warranty? People buy extra warranties a lot of times on stuff because they want to know if something happens, I've got a guarantee to protect myself, right? I mean, that's
Mhm.
why, every time you go buy a washer and dryer at a place, what do they say? We have the extra warranty plan, blah, 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 for 3 years why do they offer that? Because a lot of people buy it. Why do a
That's
lot of
right.
people buy it? Because they want to
Safety,
feel
security.
safe and protected,
Right.
and so we do that stuff for washers and dryers and TVs and all that, and I think it's important in the concept of retirement to, and most people do, they just don't know how to do it.
Right.
Have that same mindset of what can I do that's going to be guaranteed here for my retirement and my money? I got my washer and dryer covered with a 5-year warranty I bought at
Right.
XYZ store, but do you have coverage on your retirement, so to say, right? Do I
Mm,
have protection
that's
and
a good way to
guarantees
look at
there?
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really neat way to look at it, is my retirement. Do I have a protection plan on my retirement? And some people do. I know a lot of your clients do. So let's talk a little bit about what are some of the ways, the strategies, the thoughts behind taking a portion of the money that you've saved and putting it in this guaranteed retirement bucket, this paycheck for life bucket, so you never have to worry about are you going to get paid?
Yeah, I think it's important to look at your retirement goals first of all about what's going on. And we've talked about taxes and long-term care, and we'll I'm sure discuss some of that stuff coming up down the road too again as we get close to that time of year. But one of the things you've got to look at is what are my bills, and I know inflation's coming. So do I have a setup to where, man, if I take this certain amount of my retirement money and I put that into a guaranteed account so I know my bills and inflation will be covered.
Mm,
Other money I have in these other accounts that are more volatile and things like that, those are for other things. But
right,
if I wake up January 1st every year knowing between Social Security and some of my retirement funds, and if you're fortunate, a pension maybe, but
right.
between a few different vehicles, I'm good with bills and I'm good with inflation protection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's kind of the mindset you got to think. I'm guaranteed on this aspect of my life for sure that I can live comfortably with no stresses. And then because I've got those bases covered, my other money here, when I want to go on a trip, when I want to do different things like that, I have these funds over here that aren't going to affect my bills,
Yeah,
worrying about, man, what if costs go up for this or that? So kind
yeah,
of planning that out and diversifying your funds up some to be able to do that and protect yourself or as close to it as you can. I mean, sometimes you can't do it all, but we try to set people up based on what their budget is and what it is to be able to have that comfort. So January 1 every year, I'm like, bills are covered at 2% inflation increase. It's probably going to happen. Could be more. We've seen it lately,
yeah.
but I'm okay. I'm still gonna, even though McDonald's burger is going to go from $1.50 to $1.60, I'll still be able to buy it, or
That's right.
whatever. So,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
that.
And that really does bring a sense of relief. I remember a few years ago I walked through retirement planning with a widow friend of mine, newly widowed, and we were walking through everything and she's like, "Michael, I don't want to go back to work." She'd been a homeschooling mom for 20 some odd years, and fortunately her husband had saved enough through a wherever he worked to put some money into one of these programs to have guaranteed income the rest of her life. And when she realized that she's not going to have to work, that she's got everything she needs to cover all of her bills, you could just see it, Johnny. Just she just went, and
Hmm.
the stress and the relief just left her. And she's living a great life now. She's square dancing. She's doing all kinds of fun things because she never has to worry about paying the bills or am I going to have enough money to pay the light bill or anything like that because it's taken care of. It's guaranteed.
Well, there's only a few things that are out there that can do that for people. Right now, if you're close to retirement or retired, you're probably okay with Social Security. Just being, I mean, they're not going
Yeah.
to really mess with yours. Like I always
Right.
say, my generation and kind of on down are the ones that my mindset already is it's going to be different. So
Right.
everything I tell people right now for their Social Security is going to be totally different for me. I accept that. But if
Yeah.
you're at that close retirement age, we know we probably got that. Um, Everything else, what do we have? We have money, but money's a tool to accomplish those things. And there's certain vehicles that can accomplish those things. And you want to find vehicles that are what? Guaranteed vehicles,
Yeah.
right? So basically like a lifetime warranty,
Right.
my retirement money,
Like it.
life insurance, certain types of annuities, things like that.
Yeah.
The stock market can't provide you guarantees for lifetime income. I mean,
Right.
everyone says, you'll go to a financial advisor, which we know what it is because we do this kind of thing. But okay, if you draw a certain amount of percentage out and with inflation and projected growth, you should be able to have an income for this amount of years. There's ifs and maybes and projections all based on those phrases. You'll never hear someone say, I guarantee you, if you do this, your money will last this amount rest of your life at this amount, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You can't say that when it's in the market. 401k thing, you just can't,
That's
and if
right.
someone says that, that's not true because you never know. We've seen historically, man, huge drops, income, I'm back to work.
Yep. And it's not that the market's bad or anything. It's a different kind of vehicle for a different purpose,
Hmm.
right? And just like cars, you're using these car analogies, right? You could buy a station wagon or a van, or you could buy a sports car, or like you do, a truck. Different vehicles for different purposes. And when you're saving your money for retirement, the market's not a bad place to be. But when you're in retirement, it's just very volatile, or it can be. And that's why you need to really make sure you're protected with some of these other strategies so that you never have to worry about, do I have enough money coming in to pay the bills, to cover inflation, maybe to do some other things, right? But then you have these other buckets to do other fun things with or something. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's diversifying what you have. Think of it like this. If you have $500,000, what percentage of that do I need to set aside to buy a lifetime warranty? If
Mm,
you look at it kind of that way, I'm going to purchase a lifetime guarantee warranty on my peace of mind, on my income, on my bills, maybe my emergency fund. What am I using it for? What's the best vehicle for it?
yep,
Is it an annuity? Is it also, if I'm married, purchasing some life insurance maybe to help out,
mm-hmm,
and that kind of thing. So you want to find guaranteed vehicles for the part of your life you want guaranteed.
yeah,
And the other part of your life that is, you're using it for different things and that kind of stuff, which is fine. Bigger things, vacations or whatever. You got that vehicle
that's right.
there too. So, uh, you know, most families have two cars, right? You may have a regular sedan car, but you own a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. So guess what? You have to have a truck too.
That's right.
Big truck. If it's a fifth wheel, you got to have a 2500 or bigger. And so uh, to be able to do that in my life, to have a fifth wheel, I have to have a vehicle like that,
Right.
right? And so to be able to provide guarantees of income and protection in your life, you have to have a plan and a policy or something in place to be able to do that. You
Yep.
can't just half-heartedly do it like, oh, I'm going to buy this big fifth wheel and I got whatever kind of car it is, Malibu or whatever, and I should be okay. No, you're not going to
Yeah,
be okay.
that's
It's not
right.
going to work.
That's
You
right.
know, the Malibu is for this, the truck is for this.
Yep.
This money's for this, this money's for this. And
Yeah.
the key is, which we try to help people do, what is the best product or vehicle
Hmm.
to meet the goals and needs.
Right.
And what's the dividing line? If I have 500,000, okay, if I put 275 over here, I know I got my guaranteed I'm safe. My other
Yeah.
225 is for this or whatever those numbers are. I don't know,
Right.
but we try to help people figure that out uh, so that they'll be able to enjoy their fifth wheel and pull it with
That's
no
right.
problems, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, everybody going into retirement, I think would love to know they've got guaranteed income for
And I,
life.
and I only bring up the fifth wheel thing because I did it. So we
Yeah.
had a travel trailer. I had a 1500 truck, pulled a great. I got a great deal on a trade in to get this fifth wheel and for me and my wife and having grandkids to go camping. And I was like, I talked to my brother-in-law. He's got a big 2500. He's like, yeah, you can borrow to do this or that. Well, after borrowed it a few times, my wife's like, we really need to get our own situation going here
Yeah.
because that way so I ended up trading my truck and getting a bigger truck to be able to do the thing I need to do with that fifth wheel
That's right.
properly and not have to borrow it. Not saying I didn't let my brother-in-law for let me do it, but
Yep. It's just different.
it's just
It's just
different. Now I got my tool to be able to accomplish my goals with that. And we also have another car that, we can do whatever
That's
with
right.
and
Yeah.
that kind of
Easier, yeah, easier to get around and all of that. So
thing.
that's the beauty of cars. It's the beauty of life. It's the beauty of retirement planning with somebody like you, Johnny, that just to have people come in and have conversations with you, understanding their unique, specific situation. Where are you? What are you trying to make happen? How do we do it? Here are some options. And you have those discussions so that they can retire at new heights. Title of your Amazon best-selling book. They can get it at retireatnewheights.com and have a get Johnny's book, but then have a conversation with him. Just reach out and talk to him about what is this guaranteed income in retirement? What is that? And pick his brain a little bit, and you'll come to understand it is definitely possible, and it relieves so much stress and anxiety for everybody and allows you to do so many other cool things. So reach out to Johnny, have that conversation, schedule a time just to talk with him about what does it mean to retire at new heights? What is that? And how can he help you in your situation make that possible? So Johnny, always a fun conversation with you, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And if you're watching on YouTube, man, like, subscribe, and just try to get the word out to more people, and obviously on the podcast because we love doing these, and it's a way to open up, maybe friend. I've had some clients a lot recently sharing it with friends and family just to hear. We appreciate that because
Yeah.
we try just to give basic, simple concepts of things. And like I said, go on our website, check it out. In a phone call, we can talk with you. And me and Mike just love doing this together. So
Right.
let people know about us, man.
That's right. And tune in again next week. We're gonna have another fun episode as we launch into another mini series, I think. So Johnny, take care. Have a great week, buddy.
You too, man. Thanks, Mike.